We want to say that capitalism, which is the economic system that dominates America, has dominated America since its beginning, is a backward, stupid, vicious, barbaric, and reactionary system. And we want to further say that this system is going to fall, and that those of us who are conscious are working as hard as we can to bring it down, recognizing the quicker we bring it down, the quicker we will free humanity and allow civilization to go forward.
What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to my space. This is Evans Raela. Guys, thank you for tuning to watch this video. Kindly do consider subscribing to my channel. I do not take you guys for granted. Thank you guys so much. So guys, on today's video, we want to talk about Black Revolution. We want to talk about the end of oppression. We want to talk about the end of racism in the US. And to speak to us today is this scholar known as Kwame Ture, who was formerly known as Stokely. He was a prominent civil rights activist and a major figure in the Black Power movement. He is perhaps best known for his advocacy of revolutionary change, which he saw as essential to achieving the true freedom and justice for oppressed peoples, particularly Black Americans. So guys, on today's video, we want to talk about Black Revolution. He tries to explain to Black folks how they'll just gain respect from the white supremacists, and they'll be treated as equal. So guys, I want us to watch this video. Once the video ends, we'll get back and do a critical analysis of the same. Let's watch this, guys.
I thank you, good evening, and I apologize for being late. As a revolutionary, we should try never to be late. But I think it was Mr. Hemingway who said, even the best laid plans of mice and men do oft times go astray. All the need for more serious planning. We want to speak to you this evening about revolution, and we want to speak to you this evening about the necessity of students understanding their crucial role in revolution. Let it be properly understood that when we talk of revolution, of course, we mean bloodshed. Either one is non-violent and one's blood is shed, or one retaliates and shed the blood of those who's trying to shed one blood. That is to say, either you be like Dr. Martin Luther King or Jesus Christ, you're willing to have your blood shed, or you be like Lenin, or you be like Mao, or you be like Fidel, or you be like Kim Il-sung, or you be like Sekou Touré, you shed the blood of those who are trying to kill you. But let it be understood that I'm a reasonable man, even though the American press tries to make it appear that not a reasonable man, a very reasonable man. And as a reasonable man, I don't want bloodshed at all, especially my bloodshed. But I want my liberation more than I want anything else. I want my people to be free, and I want humanity to go forward more than I want my very life. Therefore, I understand the necessity of revolution, and I understand the necessity to be prepared for it and to work for it, even though it means bloodshed. Just want to try and clear out of the way some of the problems that we face and have to deal with because of the American press and its backward way of presenting things. We want to speak of revolution, and we want to explain that it's a scientific process. That is to say, it is stripped of sentimentality. It is a process which is a result of historical forces which are at work. We want to say that capitalism, which is the economic system that dominates America, has dominated America since its beginning, is a backward, stupid, vicious, barbaric, and reactionary system. And we want to further say that this system is going to fall, and that those of us who are conscious are working as hard as we can to bring it down, recognizing the quicker we bring it down, the quicker we will free humanity and allow civilization to go forward. Now, of course, we understand the task that's before us. We come to the University of Georgia at Athens. We come to a university that's very old. We come to a university whose purpose it is whose purpose it is to inculcate in the students who come here a love of capitalist values and to have these students manifest capitalist values, whether they are conscious or unconscious of it. Everything in life has a reason, everything. Whether we are aware of the reason or not, there is a reason for it. You may ask some of your colleagues on this college campus, why did they come to the university? They may say, I don't know. And probably as honestly as they themselves can answer, they may not really know why they're here. But even if they do not know why they're here, you can never assume that there is not a reason which impelled them to be here. Everything under the face of the sun, every action has a reason for it. Even if we are not aware of the reason, or even if we are unconsciously aware of the reason, or wrongly aware of the reason, each and every act has a reason. My reason for coming before you this evening is to find among the Africans, before we begin again, you see, I have to waste so much time because of this press. Now, I'm concerned about Africans. I'm concerned about black people. Now, many people say to me, when they see me, they say, Mr. Carmichael, incidentally, my name has been changed to Kwame Ture. They can say, Kwame Ture, we understand that you are just concerned about making black people better. And I say, yes, in a way I am. They say, well, if that's the case, you are a racist. And I said, no, you are the racist. You see, Africans are part of humanity. They are an oppressed part of humanity. If I benefit an oppressed part of humanity and free it, obviously I have benefited all of humanity, since humanity is indivisible. You understand it? So let there be no confusion. All right. I want to organize Africans. So my purpose is to find among the Africans in the audience the most conscious. By the word conscious, I don't mean to in any way equivocate it with intelligent, not at all, or even with one a holder of degrees. A conscious man, a conscious woman is someone who recognizes their responsibility to humanity, that's all, and fulfills it, of course. Of course. That is to say, a conscious man, a conscious student here, recognizing that there's poverty in the world, coming to the university to acquire knowledge, a conscious student would seek to acquire the knowledge that would help solve the problems of poverty in the world. That's a conscious student. Of course, the intelligent student might try to make as much money as he or she can. That's a stupid student, of course. Of course. So my job is to try and get the most conscious, to let them see that they must begin now to take the first step to begin to help organize the masses of our people as we move forward for our liberation. On a lower level, those who are not conscious, and it's possible to understand why we're not conscious in this backward capitalist system, those of us who are not conscious, I come with the best of intentions to make them more conscious so they can know what really is their responsibility to life. And then on the lowest level, that is, on the level of the most common denominator, I come to make everybody think. Now, to make people think in America is an extremely difficult job. It is. The difficulty arises from the fact that since we live in a capitalist system which seeks to exploit the people and therefore keep the people confused, the capitalist system makes the people think they're thinking when in fact they are not thinking. See, and it is extremely difficult to convince someone who thinks he's thinking that he's not thinking. But we must do it. It's our responsibility. Let me give you an example of how the American people think they think but don't think. If we took a poll of the American people and asked them what they thought about communism, would you agree with me that at least 90% of the people we ask in America would be against communism? 90%? And if we ask this 90% what is communism, would you agree with me that less than 0.2% can probably give us an intelligent, though not necessarily correct answer? Would you agree with me with this? Now let me ask you a question just between you and I. If you have an enemy, does it behoove you to know the enemy or not to know the enemy? That is to say, for example, if snakes are your enemy, does it behoove you to know at least what they look like or not to know what they look like? You understand the proposition carefully. So we want to prove that they think they're thinking, but they're not thinking. Listen to this. The man or woman who hates communism the most is the man or woman who knows the least about communism. And what is even tragic is that the man or woman who hates communism the most, that is to say, the man or woman who knows the least about communism, is the man or woman who wants to know the least about communism. That is to say, snakes are my enemies. They come to bite me, and I don't even want to know what they look like. It's a stupid system. Because the system is based on exploitation, it confuses the people so that it uses the people for its further exploitation. Thus the pigs who run the capitalist system come and yell, the communists are coming. The people grab the guns. Where? Panama. They go shoot. The communists are coming. Where? Santo Domingo. They grab guns. They go shoot. The communists are coming. Where? Vietnam. They grab guns. They go shoot. They don't know what the hell they're fighting and are not even concerned with finding out. That's a stupid system. Stupid system. Stupid. Stupid system. Stupid and backwards. Stupid system. We say the capitalist system is a stupid system. It must be. It has to be. It's based on exploitation. Its motivating force is profit. But a backward system. A system that motivates people just to do things for profit. One cannot have individual incentive unless one is given some material stimulation. It's a stupid and backward system. It's a system that has to be destroyed. If one looks at the material makeup of the society, one can see clearly how unjust the system is. Under the system, a few people own and control everything. The rest of the masses of the people own nothing. And they are forced to work for these who own. And the more you work, the poorer you get. Of course, because the essence of it is exploitation. It must be based on exploitation. I said, look at the stupidity. A quick glance at the system will show you how unjust it is. But the American capitalist system will have the people so confused, they're thinking, they don't even look properly at the capitalist system. Do you know that in this country, some people own all the coal that's to be found in the country? Now that's unjust. There's no question about it. In the first place, their labor didn't even put the coal there. You know, so they can't say that it was through hard work. No, it wasn't through hard work. You got it. And your grandmama didn't give it to you because she didn't bring none with her when she came here. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, she found it here. You understand? So I don't care who you bought it from, who you didn't buy it from. No one man, no through group of men can own the coal in the country. The coal must belong to the people and be used for the benefit of the people. Clearly. It's a stupid system. It is a backward system. It affects you as students. Of course it will affect you. It affects your brothers. They send them to war to die. They don't even know what they're dying for. Because this system is concerned with confusing the people, not letting the people think, because once the people begin to think, they will use their creative energies for humanity and not against humanity. And this indeed is to see the true tragedy of the capitalist system. The tragedy of the capitalist system is to be found in the fact that it takes human beings who think in fact they're working for just ends when in fact they're working for unjust ends. But here, by doing this, the system clearly demonstrates to us that human nature itself is for humanity. Clearly. Even when they come to take the youth and send them to Vietnam, they don't come before the youth and tell them the truth. We're going to rape the country. On the contrary, they lie to them. They tell them we're fighting for democracy. They tell them we're fighting for justice. They say we're fighting against communism, which is bad, and dictatorship, and we're fighting to bring freedom. And this is why the people are mobilized, because the people will be mobilized to fight for justice. And look at the vicious system, lying to the people, sending the youth to believe he's really fighting for democracy, when in fact this youth is fighting against democracy. It's a backward and stupid system. It has to be overthrown. You may think it doesn't touch you. You may think it doesn't affect you. That's the job of the university here. It supports the values of capitalism. Its job is to put you to sleep. That's what it's to do. That's exactly what it's to do. Exactly what it's to do. Let me give you a demonstration. This is my first time I've been to this university. I don't know any of you personally. Maybe some of you I've seen somewhere. But knowing the capitalist system, knowing you as students, knowing the role occupied by students in the capitalist system, I can make a statement about you sitting here before me and be absolutely correct. I can say that at least 90% of the students at this university cheat. All right, give me 85. You want to go for 80? The overwhelming majority? Of course. I understand your nervous laughter. But you think about it. You think about it. Especially the African students. You think about it. Your people suffer. Your people suffer in South Africa, in Zimbabwe, in Egypt, in Algeria, in Trinidad, in Jamaica, in Guyana, in Mississippi, in Alabama, in New York, in California, in Georgia, in Atlanta, in Athens. You have the chance to come and help them. You have the chance to come and help them by acquiring knowledge which can be used for the benefit of the people to help serve humanity. What other great and most noble cause can there be? What other greater motivation? And rather than you acquire this knowledge which has been paid for with the blood of your people, you come here and you cheat. It's a vicious system. It's a stupid and backward system, and you cheat because you're motivated by the values of the system unconsciously. The system tells you that the smartest man is the man who does the least work and reaps the highest benefits. Thus, the students, yes, you seek to do the least work and get the highest grades, obviously. The system, through its ideological arena, one which you are not even aware of and one which the university doesn't even try to make you conscious of, having complete control of the ideological arena, the system decides how you move, when you move, where you move, and all the time you think you're doing it by yourself. Yes. If you were 10 years old in 1952, while you were 10 years old in 1952, some men had already planned that in 1963, when you were 18 years old, you would be with a gun in your hands on the battlefield of Vietnam. It's been planned, of course. The Vietnam War was planned in 1952. Of course it was. It wasn't planned overnight, even before then. But those who had to do the fighting didn't even know about the Vietnam, didn't know there was a place called Vietnam. It's a stupid system. It's a backward system. You're students. You have a responsibility to humanity. You cannot come here and walk into a place that says it gives knowledge which you know can neither be bought nor sold, even though they try to confuse you, because when you enter the school you got to pay. Well, you may get confused, but you know that knowledge can neither be bought nor sold. As students, you must.
That should be the most powerful speech I have ever heard a black man teach people in regards to issues of blackness, in regards to issues of revolution, in regards to issues of black folks regaining their places. You know, black folks have a dominant gene, and many a times white supremacists have made it hard for black folks. They've made us feel like less. They've made us feel like inferior people. They've made us feel like people who are unwanted. You know, they were on a journey to make us feel lesser. But now Kwame Ture tried really well to speak to these university students in regards to revolution for black people. He says that revolution means bloodshed. One blood is shed while the other retaliates to one who's made the bloodshed. I don't want bloodshed at all, but I want my rehabilitation than I want everything else. You know, I want my people to be free, and I want humanity to go forward more than I want my very life. I understand the necessity of revolution means bloodshed. You know, with revolution, a lot comes through. We also, what happened in Kenya a few months ago, where the Kenyan Gen Z decided that it's too much. They're tired with the government. It's time that they keep the members of parliament into accountability. It's time that they hit the streets. They actually were able to trespass the parliament just to try to air out their grievances, you know, and there was a lot of bloodshed. And Kwame Ture tries to tell black folks that if we really need to regain our position, if we really need to be respected by white supremacists, there could be bloodshed in the process of us regaining what is truly ours, in the process of us regaining respect. You know, because black folks are very special. We possess the dominant gene, while white folks possess recessive genes. So there is no way, there's no lie that white supremacists are telling you all outside there that can make us, you know, any close to them. We are not equals, man. They make us feel like less, but that's not the truth. You know, so Kwame Ture says that for us to gain the revolution, there are higher chances of bloodshed. And I have compared this situation to what happened in Kenya. Many of these Gen Zs were killed, man, in cold blood. Many of them lost their lives. By the end of the day, the government had them. The Gen Z said no to high taxes. They said no to oppressive bills in the parliament, you know. And Kwame Ture continues to talk about capitalism. He says the economic system that dominates America since its beginning is a backward system, which is capitalism. You know, this system is going to fall. The quicker we bring it down, the quicker we'll be free as humanity and allow civilization to go forward, man. Capitalism is so wrong, and that is what white supremacists are pushing. And we as black folks, we must have a strategy for evolution, for us to be respected, you know, for us to be treated as human beings. I'm concerned about black people. Kwame says, I'm concerned about black people. He proceeds to say, Africans and black Americans are an oppressed part of humanity. Yo, we are an oppressed part of humanity. Do you know how strong that is, man? Since we live in the capitalism system, which seems to exploit the people and make people confused. You know, the capitalist system makes people think they are thinking, but they are not thinking. You know, he proceeds to say it is difficult to convince someone who thinks he's thinking that he is not thinking. You know, the capitalist system has brainwashed us as black folks. You know, they already have made the effort to make us feel less. They already have made an effort to make us feel marginalized. You know, that we are not important. And we are normalizing this. White supremacists are taking over. We are normalizing us being lesser. You know, how the African people think they are is actually false. If we ask the American people what they think about communism, at least 90% of the people will be against communism. If you ask the 90% what is communism, less than 2% will give an intelligent answer. This system is based on exploitation. You know, it confuses the people so that it uses the people for its growth in exploitation. The capitalist system is a backward system. You know, there is no way black folks will ever benefit with the capitalist system in the US. It's high time that black folks come together and say no to oppression, say no to racism, say no to police officers killing our sons and daughters because we're black, saying no to police brutality, saying no to police having to stop us, you know, in the roads and say that we cannot afford these cars and killing us. You know, I can't breathe, you know, we do not want to have circumstances like those ones in future. Yo, black folks, it's time that we wake up and fight for what is rightfully ours. We need to stand together and say no to oppression, man. Say no to racism. Say no to discrimination. We are also human beings and we deserve to be treated with a lot of respect, man. We need to be treated with a lot of respect. So it's time for a revolution, the black revolution. It's time that we go outside there and say no to oppression, guys. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly do consider subscribing to my channel for amazing black stories in the US and generally black stories, guys, in Africa and in the diaspora. My goal is just to unite black folks and make the black folks get to understand themselves more, man, because our unity is our strength. When black folks come together, we can easily take down white supremacists who want to make us feel lesser. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Kindly like this video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users, guys, and I'll be so grateful. So guys, like, share, comment, and above all, you can also join to be a member of my channel or support me through super thanks down below. Thank you guys, and see you all in my next episode. Goodbye for now.